Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. So excited to be here with you, as always, as I always am. Today, we're talking about the three emotions that you need in order to lose weight. We are going to really talk about the difference between focusing on emotions for weight loss as opposed to focusing on a to-do list for weight loss. Okay. Huge difference here. I'm going to break it all down and explain it to you. So, what I see from pretty much across the board, we all do this because this is how we're taught growing up and throughout our lives is focusing on actions. We think that in order to lose weight, we really need to focus on our actions. Actions are the things that we do. They're the verbs. You can put them on a to-do list. So, what I hear from people, both my clients and people who want to work with me, is I just need to find the right diet and follow that diet in order to lose weight. I need to get back into the gym. I don't work out enough, so I'm going to start working out. I'm going to cut out sugar because I'm addicted to sugar. I am never eating chips again. I ate too many chips last night, so I'm not going to eat chips anymore. So those are all things like actions, like that's where we're really focused. And how many times, based on what I just said, yours might differ a little bit, but how many times have you come up with a to-do list like that? Where you come up with a bunch of actions that you're going to take in order to lose weight, and yet you're still here. You're still not weighing what you want to weigh. Why is that? If actions worked, if focusing on this to-do list, making up this to-do list and then following through on that to-do list, if that worked, you wouldn't be here. I know that you've done it before. All of my clients have, and all of my clients continue to try and do this. And so we always take it back to emotions. If actions worked, you wouldn't be here. They don't work. They do work, but we have to do them in a specific way, which I'll explain. We cannot just come up with a to-do list of things that we're going to complete and lose weight. We have to focus on emotions first. And why this is because when you look at the brain, there's an actual process that takes place before we take action. So the first thing that happens in the brain is we have a thought. We can consciously think that, so I can think something on purpose, or we have thoughts that will just kind of run on their own. It's just like an automatic thing. So sometimes we're thinking thoughts that we've thought a lot, that we've practiced a lot, and our brain will just naturally kind of spit them out. And sometimes we need to intentionally take our brain to specific thoughts. Every thought that our brain creates has a physiological reaction in our body. What I mean by that is there's a physical sensation in our body that's caused by that thought. They're called feelings. They're called that because we feel them in our body. Feelings and emotions are the same thing. So and then after that, every feeling, every emotion drives action. So with this in mind, if a thought creates a feeling or emotion, and that emotion creates an action, in order to get our actions aligned with what we want, we have to not look at the actions. We have to look at the emotions. We have to focus on the thing that causes the actions, which is the emotion. You with me? You got it? Emotions are where we need to focus in order to get our actions on board. And there really is a huge, huge difference between the same exact actions, but driven by different emotions. So and this has happened before, and I think I've talked about this before in another episode, but if you came to me and you said, okay, I'm going to cut out sugar. I really think, I think it could help me. I'm not really sure if I can do it. It sounds kind of hard, but I think that I want to cut out sugar. Nothing else is really working. I ate a whole thing of cookies last night. Feel really bad today. So I think that, I'm just going to cut out sugar. I think this could really work. I think sugar's the problem. So I'm going to cut out sugar. I'd be like, absolutely not. Your emotion walking into this, which, by the way, I just listed a whole bunch of thoughts. Those thoughts are creating emotions. The emotions, I can tell by the thoughts, are worry, doubt, confusion. None of those are going to create the action of actually cutting out sugar. Maybe for like a couple of hours, and then you're going to go off the rails and probably eat God only knows what. If you came to me and you said, yeah, I'm going to cut out sugar. I know like how good I'm going to feel. I'm so excited. I really want to not have sugar be in my system anymore so that I can, get my hormones in line, so that I can have the energy that I really want. I know how to do this. I know exactly, I feel very confident that I can cut out sugar. I know that it's not going to be easy. I'll probably have some cravings starting out, but I'm fully prepared to handle that and manage that. I am just really, looking forward to how I'm going to feel when I kind of reduce my sugar and cut out my sugar. So that's my plan. Super confident, and I know that I can do it. And it's going to be awesome. You're like, okay, yeah, go for it. Notice how different that was. This is like understanding the difficulties of cutting out sugar, being prepared for them, telling me like, this is why I'm doing this. This is what I'm looking forward to on the other side. This is why I know that I can do this, that I can succeed at this. Same action. The action is cutting out sugar. But both of those two things are coming from completely different place. So it's not the action. And I can tell which of these people is going to succeed at the action based on the emotions that they're utilizing to drive that action. One of them is just randomly picking an action out of thin air because they're experiencing this problem of overeating that thing. And one of them is doing this because they believe that they can, because they have a strong desire to feel what it's like without sugar in their system. And they have confidence in their ability to do that. Completely different things. The emotion is what drives the action and your success at the action. It is so important. So when we talk about weight loss, long-term weight loss, we really need to focus on the emotions that are going to create long-term success, not really actions. Me and my clients, one of the things I tell everybody who comes to me to work with me, I don't tell you what to do. I don't give you, other than the tools that I provide you with and daily guidance for you to implement those tools. I don't tell you, you have to eat this. You can't eat that. You have to go to the gym this much. I never give my clients a list of actions like that. What I give them is I show them how their brain is working, what it's doing, how they can drive, how they can change their actions by focusing in the right place. I give them tools to use when certain things pop up. For instance, cravings. We have a very specific tool that we use. Cravings, emotional eating, stress eating, whatever you want to call it. We have a very specific tool that we use to get through that. So, but I don't tell anybody what to eat. I'm like, I'm not your action taskmaster. You figure that out for yourself. And what you're really doing there is you're working on your mindset, working on your emotional health, and then the action is going to fall into place on its own naturally. When we do coaching sessions, some of my clients, they come in and they're like, these are the actions I need to take. I'm like, no. We aren't talking about actions at all. Tell me what happened before the action. What was the precursor to the action? That was your emotion. That was your thought. Let's do that. Let's focus on that. I don't want you to give me a list of actions that you're going to try to complete this week, or a list of actions that you failed at completing last week. We're going to take it the steps before that. We have to focus there in order to have long-term weight loss success. We will never succeed if we just continue to give ourselves a list of actions that we're going to try to take. It doesn't work. We aren't focusing in the right place. We're going to be all over the place. And we're ultimately going to fail. We're ultimately going to wind up right where we are right now, with our weight being something that we don't desire, and our actions being, one day we're cutting out sugar and the next day we're eating an entire box of cookies. So I teach my clients to focus on 3 emotions specifically for weight loss. Of course, there are many emotions that we can utilize to lose weight, but these 3 have a lot of longevity to them, and they're kind of like what we're going to have when we get to the place where we've lost the weight. Okay, so the 3 emotions that I teach my clients to focus on are calm, confidence, and certainty. The 3 C's. So one thing I want you to notice about all 3 of these, is that they're very baseline. A lot of times, if I'm to ask you, what emotions do you need to lose weight? Most people tell me what you're probably thinking in your head right now is, excitement, motivation, determination. Those are great. And those all have a role. They have a place, a time and a place for weight loss. I think last week's podcast, or the week before, was even like, the theme of it was being excited to lose weight, instead of coming into this with like doubt and worry and overwhelm and just having confusion, no clue what to do. Excitement is important to get you started. Motivation is something that can play a role in getting you started, but I don't even think that you necessarily need it. But calm, confidence, and certainty, those all have a very baseline frequency. Excitement, motivation, those are high energy, high frequency emotions. They kind of take some effort to maintain, if you get me. Worry, that has a high frequency. That's kind of all over the place. It's jumping all around. Doubt has a more low level frequency, but it's still a lot more all over the place than calm, confident, and certain. Those are so steady. They're so grounded. They're so solid. They, because of that, drive very consistent action. Excitement and motivation, they might get you Like with excitement, with motivation, they might drive the action of, okay, I am gonna sign up for a CrossFit gym. Like I haven't worked out in years, but I'm gonna sign up for a CrossFit gym and I'm gonna start this new diet. And they might get you there consistently doing that for a month. But guess what? That initial excitement, that initial motivation, a month later, when your body is physically in pain from the workouts and you are going to a party that's going to have a ton of, like, let's just say foods that aren't on the diet that you're following, that excitement, that motivation are not going to be around to help you get through that event. You're going to be like, you know what? Screw it. I don't care anymore. I'm over this. Not excited to be in this much physical pain from all this working out and to miss out on the fun of this food that everyone else is going to be enjoying. I'm not motivated anymore. And then what happens on the other side of that, let's say you go to this party, you eat all of the things, the next day, motivation and excitement are not going to pick you back up and keep you going. You get me? They're kind of gone. They've passed through you. Now, what are you left with? Doubt, worry, confusion. What do I do now? I messed up. I really messed up. How do I get back on track? I'm not really sure. What's my next best step? I don't know. I guess I'll go back to the gym. That feels terrible though. I'm sick of this diet. Last night it was bad, but it was really great. I loved eating all those foods and now I don't know what to do. Like, that's what happens. And we go on this roller coaster of where we use excitement and motivation, they wear off. Then we get into confusion and overwhelm and doubt, and I don't think I can do this, and we lose our belief in our ability to lose weight. Those various vibrations of those emotions don't create consistent long-term action that we're consistently following through on, and we're consistently causing us to lose weight. So focusing on these really sustainable, solid emotions, calm, confidence, certainty, they're not jumping all over the place. They're not hard to maintain. They might take some commitment to maintaining and some of you reminding yourself each day, like this is what we're focusing on. But you don't need to get into a place of high energy in order to feel calm. You really don't. It's the opposite. You don't need to get into a place of high energy to feel confident. You don't. And what is going to pick you back up and keep you going the day after you eat all of the things at a party? It's not excitement. You're certainly not going to be feeling excited that next day. But what you can tap into is a sense of calm, is a sense of confidence. And when you do that consistently over time, you lose weight because it drives the same actions over and over and over. Even when you mess up, you can get started. You can keep going right away. Like the next day, you're back on track. You're not derailed for months or a year because you're trying to get that excitement back or that motivation back. People come to me and they're like, well, 3 years ago, I was really motivated. I went on this diet. I lost some weight. Then I lost my motivation and here I am. I've never found it again. I'm unmotivated. Like literally, we can go years. And sometimes that story isn't 3 years. Sometimes it's 25 years. Sometimes it's 50 years. Well, I lost a bunch of weight in my, 20s. I'm now 60. And I just haven't ever been motivated again. Isn't that crazy? Because motivation, that emotion doesn't drive consistent action. And all of the weight loss to-do lists that you came up with in between when you lost that weight and now didn't drive that action either. They didn't help at all. So stepping into calm, confident, and certain is where you're going to find consistent action over time and where you're going to really start seeing the scale go down. Okay. So calm is the first. This is kind of the opposite. If you think about doubt, worry, overwhelm, calm is the opposite. It brings a sense of peace and presence to your body to where everything is slowed down. We're not all over the place. Our brain isn't jumping all over the place. If you think about worry when it comes to weight loss, your brain's going to be all over the place. You're going to be thinking of 50 different things, all of the things that are going wrong, all of the things that maybe you should be doing, but you're not sure if that's right or not. It's all over the place. Calm is like peace and quiet. There's one thing that I need to be doing. This creates really steady and consistent action forward towards your goal. It also allows you to take action even when the scale has gone up, even when you ate something that you didn't plan to eat last night. Okay, so even when, oh, I love this one, even when you have a big event coming up and there's gonna be a lot of tempting foods there. Calm is like, I know exactly what I'm doing when I get to this event. I'm not worried. I'm not doubtful. I'm not also excited about the food. I'm not letting the food dictate my mood. I'm calm. Guess what you're going to get if you walk into a party with a ton of tempting foods and you feel calm? A really good outcome is what I'm going to say. A lot of really consistent action that's going to move you forward towards your goal. And something else that I talk about a bit here is this idea of the pendulum. So a pendulum, if you pull, it's like a weight on a string. If you pull it up to one side, it's going to swing equally up to the opposite side. And what we get ourselves into is this cycle of restriction and overeating. So we overeat, and as a reaction to that, we decide we're going to restrict ourselves, which is like pulling the pendulum all the way up. And when we restrict ourselves, that works a couple of days, maybe a week, and then the pendulum drops and it swings all the way back to the other side where we're overeating. And that lasts a couple of days, maybe a week, and then it swings all the way back to the other side, okay? Bringing calm to that, you no longer have that pendulum that's swinging from restriction to overeating. It's just consistent action of eating in a place where you feel really good in your body, of making a plan, which is what I teach my clients to do, of making a plan and following through on that plan consistently. And if you don't follow through, you don't freak out because you're calm. And guess what that means? When you don't freak out because you ate something that you didn't plan to eat, you don't perpetuate the cycle of eating things that you didn't plan to eat. You're just calm. You just move forward. You take the next best step. You know what's coming in terms of there's going to be tempting foods at this party. I'm here for it. I've got this. I talk about this story where being a food tester, as a nutritionist, being a research and development food tester for a company, lots of food sitting around in these situations, pizzas, sandwiches, cookies, all of the things. And I would always walk into these. I was never, until this situation, I wasn't really aware of the fact that I was walking into these situations carrying a very specific emotion, until one day my boss said, "You have a lot of discipline." Because I would do my job and taste the food, but I never felt the need to eat all of the pizzas just because they were sitting there. So we might make 5, 10 pizzas, and then they would be sitting on the table, and we'd test out certain, test them out, aka have a bite of each one. And now there's still a pizza sitting there that's uneaten. And I just never ever felt compelled to eat the pizza because it was there. Other people did. And so my boss said, "You have a lot of discipline to be able to sit with these pizzas all the time and not just eat all of the pizza." And I realized in that moment, I don't go in with discipline. Discipline isn't going to get me the result that I want. Discipline to me in that situation is like trying not to eat the pizza and just thinking, okay, I'm going to try really hard not to eat the pizza. Guess what? When you think I'm going to try not to eat the pizza, you probably ain't going to eat the pizza. You're probably going to drive this really intense emotion of discipline where you're kind of like white knuckling and trying so hard not to eat it that all you can think about is eating it. What I realized in that moment is that when I go walk into these situations, I walk in completely calm. I know that my brain is going to be throwing out a lot of things about eating these pizzas because they're there and it's pizza and it's delicious. Everyone else is doing it. And I'm just like completely present with all of it. I can handle all of this. I'm just here for it. It's fine. I'm calm. Yes, I'm going to have some pizza. No, I'm not going to overdo it. No, I'm not going to eat pizza just because it's sitting here. Like all of these calm, present thoughts. I'm going to stay in my body, present in my body, focus on how I feel, focus on how I want to feel. And it just brings this presence and this slow, contemplative peace to that situation where I'm not thinking and obsessing about the pizza. Calm leads you to, almost the action of calm is like not thinking about it so much, not overthinking about it. Worry is overthinking about it. That's your action, is like you're just thinking about it. You're thinking all of these different things about it, thinking all over the place about it. And calm is there's just like quiet. It's like one thought. I'm present in my body. I'm not worried about this. It's all good. Okay? The second one is confidence. So you've heard from my client, Connie. When we started working together, she was like, 100%, I know that everything that you offer in this program is going to help me get to my weight loss. I know that I can do this. I know that I'm capable of doing this. All confidence. She lost 70 pounds like that with just this confidence, this belief in herself and in the program that this was it. This was working. She could do this. And this was going to be the thing for the rest of her life. And then she hit a weight plateau. And so she came to coaching. She's like, I've been stuck in the same 5 pounds for 1 or 2 weeks. And she's like, I'm just all over the place. Like, she had all of these thoughts. Really, what it was is she looked at the scale one day, and instead of stepping back into her confidence, she just stepped into doubt, stepped into worry. And all of a sudden those were dictating her actions. All of a sudden her actions that had previously worked weren't working anymore. She was like, I'm doing the same things, but the scale isn't moving. It's just moving like up and down in between these 5 pounds. I was like, it's your emotions. You are in doubt and worry and overwhelm. We just got to get you back into the confidence. The actions don't matter. The emotions matter. So, and she just couldn't see that. That's the beauty of coaching, you guys, is someone else to show you these things. It's so hard to see for yourself. So we coached through that. Just where is this Connie that was in such confidence about this, about her ability to lose weight and keep doing it no matter what? She's like, oh, yeah. Okay, I got it. So I think she came back the next week and the scale still hadn't moved outside of that plateau. But she was like, I'm confident. I've got this. I know what to do. I know exactly what to do. I'm staying on the path. The scale is not dictating my emotion. I am deciding my emotion. And I just know it's a matter of time for the scale to show up and start showing me the weight loss again. Okay, we are here. We're where we need to be with this confidence, with this belief in ourselves, with this belief that the scale is not dictating my emotional state. I'm deciding this. I'm choosing confidence. And that for a time, it really doesn't matter what the scale is going to tell me. I'm still going to choose confidence because I know it's only a matter of time before the scale starts moving. And it did. The next week, she had broken through the plateau. She just stuck with confidence. Every day she chose confidence. Every day she woke up, she allowed whatever doubt, worry to be there. She's like, I'm choosing confidence. I know that I can do this. I know that this is what's working and what's going to work, and I'm going to keep doing that. And guess what? It worked. It was the emotion, not the actions. And certainty is last. Feeling certain, knowing that you're going to follow through on something, that you have the ability to follow through on something. So I will also remind you of Rebecca's story. And I think she told this story on the podcast, but I had her on specifically because of this story, because she was such a great example of focusing on emotion no matter what the result is, no matter what the scale was showing up as. So she had lost a good amount of weight, and then she got stuck in like this 3-pound plateau. And she came to coaching. She was like, I'm at this like 3-pound weight fluctuation plateau, but I'm just so certain that I'm going to lose the weight. She had bought this pair of workout pants, and they sat right there where she could see them every time she stepped on the scale. And she's like, I just can't, I'm so certain I'm going to be getting into these pants. I'm going to break through this plateau. I'm so certain of this. I've been at this plateau for 1 or 2 weeks, but I'm so certain that I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep doing the things, and I'm going to be in those workout pants soon. And because of that, because of her certainty that this was going to happen, I was like, you just keep going. Just keep going with the certainty. Nothing has gone wrong. Don't allow your brain to get you into this place where it starts telling you that something has gone wrong and you need to change something. Stay in this certainty. Stay in this belief that this is happening, that I'm just taking the next best step, that this is inevitable for me, and you're going to get it. And she did. She got through it. She got into the pants. That is so key. It's that emotion. She could have easily stepped into doubt. Well, the scale's not going down, and I don't know if I'm doing it right. Maybe I need to change everything. Maybe I need to change up my actions. Maybe, I need to create this other to-do list for me. Maybe my diet isn't right. But she just stayed in that certainty. I was like, just keep coming back to that. That's what's going to get that scale moving down. And it did. That's what works. Is that emotion, that certainty, that feeling of knowing that this is going to happen. That even if you eat something you didn't plan to eat, you are certain you can pick right back up tomorrow or later today and keep moving forward and keep losing weight. Even if the scale doesn't move, you're certain that you're in the right place, you're doing the right things, and that it will move. That this is your body taking time to readjust, to get its hormones balanced, to break down more fat cells, and start losing weight again. You're certain of it. And that's all you really need. What I want to say too, believing in your ability to lose weight is like the number one most important precursor to you actually losing weight. Believing in yourself. And I think each of these emotions helps to create that, helps to facilitate belief in yourself. Excitement, motivation, those have a place, and they might just like be that first step for you. But I ask everybody who comes to work with me, one of the questions I ask them is, do you believe that you can do this? It doesn't matter if they're not like 100% I believe it. All I need is a little bit of belief. All you need is a little bit of belief that you can do this. And belief in yourself, again, that's this like baseline. It's calm, it's confident. I believe that I can do this. It's certain. If I just keep going, I can do this. That is really the most important thing. The precursor to you actually losing weight is that belief in yourself. Okay, so those are the 3 emotions that create long-lasting weight loss. Oh, I don't think I mentioned this. Okay, this is very important. These 3 emotions, calm, confident, certain. What I do with my clients, I teach this concept of future you. So what do we think and believe? What emotions do we carry with us when we've lost the weight? So let's say, you want to lose 15 pounds. You are down 15 pounds right now. You've lost the weight. You step on the scale every day, says the same thing. You have lost the 15 pounds every single day. You eat this way, knowing that you have lost this weight. What is your daily emotional state? Are you excited and motivated? No. Are you doubtful and worried? No. You've lost the weight. You're not excited and motivated because you've lost it. And you're not doubtful and worried because you've lost it. You've lost the weight. What emotions are you carrying with you each day when you've already lost the weight? I'll give you one hint. You are carrying with you each day when you've already lost the weight. You're calm, you're confident, you're certain. You've got this. You know how to do this. You already did it. You're there. You know how to keep it off. Just keep going. Doesn't matter if you ate junk last night. You know exactly what to do today. You know exactly how to feel good again. You're not worried about the party this weekend. You know exactly what to do. So thinking about The emotions of having already done it. What are those? And utilizing those now. That's what's going to get you the result so much faster. Using the emotions of the version of yourself that already has the result you want. Okay, so that's kind of part of where these emotions come from, and the importance of these emotions is that they are the ones that you carry with you when you've already done it. Yeah, so think about that. Put that in the back of your mind about practicing being this version of yourself that has already achieved the result that you want, and just repeating that over and over. Okay, so I'm gonna leave you with this. Throw your to-do list away. You do not need any more actions. If you find yourself coming back to actions, make your action practicing feeling calm, confident, and certain. Okay? That is where your focus is. There is no to-do list. There are no actions to focus on. Only focus on getting into these emotions, practicing being in these emotions, practicing bringing these emotions into your consciousness when you're thinking about the party coming up this weekend, when you're thinking about the fact that you overate last night and what you're going to do today. That's really the key. This is the key to long-term weight loss success, the key to getting you the result faster and more consistently, and the key to feeling really good right away. Because these emotions feel amazing. They're just so steady and solid and so much better than any of the other ones that we talked about here. Okay? I will mention, if you're interested in working with me, I'm currently on a wait list. But if you join the wait list, you're the first to know when spots open up. So go ahead and join. You can do that at bit.ly/call waitlist. That's bit.ly/call waitlist. And I'll see you there. All right, guys. Bye.